This is Eddie Hearn, Matchroom Boxing. You are watching Sporting Icons. You don't need to be anywhere else.
Okay, so the WBA have released their new rankings up and down the weight divisions, but of course in this video we're talking about the heavyweight division. So as always, I want to go through their new top 15 for the month of May, compare it to last month, see what kind of changes have been made, see what fights have happened in like the last 4 weeks or so, see what fights are coming up, try and justify their rankings. But the WBA, as we know, over the last 18 months have been pretty shambolic with a lot of things. And no different this month. They seem to have made quite a few changes for the positive and then gone back to being absolute scumbags. i.e. ranking people who shouldn't be in the top 15. Why are they doing it? Quite obviously for favours for their old pal Don King. Anyway, we're going to go through the top 15, so make sure you are subscribed to this channel. I'm the only one who does this each and every month here on YouTube, okay, for all the sanctioning bodies. As soon as the other ones are released, of course, videos will follow suit. The Ring Magazine have updated theirs, and I shall be following up with this one with that particular video. So make sure you are subscribed. It's free. Have fun with it. Anyway, Oleksandr Usyk is the WBA Super World Heavyweight Champion. Trevor Bryan is the WBA Regular World Heavyweight Champion. Number 1, Daniel Dubois. Number 2, Michael Hunter. Number 3, Robert Helenius. Number 4, Hughie Fury. Number 5, Anthony Joshua. Number 6, Arsenbek Makhmadov. Number 7, Deontay Wilder. Number 8, Zhan Kostebutski. Number 9, Martin Bakole. Number 10, Joseph Parker. Number 11, Andy Ruiz Jr. Number 12, Kevin Lerena. Number 13, Tony Yoka. Number 14, Lenier Perro. And number 15, Dacarree Scott. Fresh insert. So that is the top 15 for the month of May. So a few changes. Firstly, the number 7 from last month, Ajit Kabiel, undefeated 21-0. German fighter, Turkish descent, former European heavyweight champion, has been dropped from the top 15. I can only presume because he hasn't paid his sanctioning fee. Okay, so the standout change, of course, the fresh insert will be number 15, Dacarree Scott, American heavyweight, 7-0. Who's he defeated? Absolutely nobody. But of course, he was with the American amateur system. He did go through that. He did go through the trials for the Olympic team and all that kind of stuff. Didn't quite make it. But the thing is with him is that he hasn't beaten anybody. Now, his last fight, which was quite recent, was on the Trevor Bryan and Jonathan Guidry undercard, along with Makabu and whatever else. That was a Don King show. So is he now managed by Don King, promoted by Don King? You would probably expect so. Is that why he's ranked here on WBA? Yeah, probably. No 7-0 fighter should be ranked in the top 15 of any organisation unless he or she, of course, has had an outstanding amateur career, come into the pro game and hit the ground running by knocking over a couple of decent fighters. He hasn't done that yet. Now, Dacarree Scott, average 7 wins, 6 of those have been by knockout, so he looks pretty decent. He's a big guy, not very tall, he's only, 5'10", 5'11", something like that. His last fight was 276 pounds. So he's a big old lump. He's a big guy. I think he's 23 years old, something like that. But his pro debut and the fights before there were in the 250 odd pounds. So now he's 276 pounds. So he's put on over 20 pounds. So he's not losing weight, he's putting on weight. And it's not muscle. But that said, that doesn't really matter. The point is he a Don King fighter? You would expect so, and that's why he's in the top 15. Disgusting, WBA. Disgusting. You want to know why? Well, very simple. Look at Trevor Bryan, the WBA regular world heavyweight champion. He's a Don King fighter. Why is he WBA regular champion? Because he's a Don King fighter. How did he get that WBA regular world heavyweight championship? By fighting for the vacant belt after they stripped Manuel Charr so he could fight a guy who lost his previous fight, which shouldn't be allowed, by the way, in Bermane Stiverne, who is what? A Don King fighter. Do you see the pattern? You have to be a blind man to not see it. But even then, surely you can understand the bias that is quite clearly evident here with the WBA. Moving on. Number 14, Lenier, Cuban fighter, outstanding amateur, but again, he hasn't defeated anybody. He's only had 6 fights. Why is he in the top 15 of the WBA? Is he a Don King fighter? Not that I'm aware of. Not that I'm aware of. I don't think he is. But why is he there? Who knows? Who knows? Actually, let's have Lenier versus Dacarree Scott. But why not? Okay, 2 prospects fight each other. Now, fights coming up. The WBA regular world heavyweight champion, Trevor Bryan, will fight Daniel Dubois. I believe we're still waiting on a date and venue. It may have been announced, maybe I've missed it. But the dates that I have heard and seen flying around, I don't know if that's accurate yet, but it ain't too far away. Don't really know what happened with Don King, where, of course, he won the purse bid for this one with, was it $3.1 million, if I remember rightly. 55% in favour of his guy, Trevor Bryan, 45% to Dan Dubois. He wasn't happy with that split, and apparently was looking to go to court to try and get it in a 75-25 favourable split to his guy, Trevor Bryan. What's happened with that, I don't know. But at least them two are fighting, and the winner of that may well be mandated to fight the winner of Joshua Usyk, the rematch. Again, we're still waiting for confirmation of that one. Apparently, they want to solidify the WBA regular and the WBA super. Okay, that's apparently why they're doing it. But they've been saying this for years, so who knows. Other fights that have been made are number 9, Martin Bakole, and number 13, Tony Yoka. In fact, I believe it might be this weekend. If it's not this weekend, it'll be the following one. I'm going to have to double check that one. But good fight, decent fight. In some ways, you could say it's kind of a 55-45 kind of fight, 60-40, maybe in favour of Tony Yoka. Still a very good fight. If I can watch it, I'm going to watch it, okay? I don't know what channel it's going to be on or how I'm going to do it, but I'm going to try and find a way. I'm looking forward to that fight. But at least 2 people in the top 15 are fighting each other. Who else are fighting each other? Well, Hughie Fury, number 4, and number 2, Michael Hunter. Now, we're waiting for official confirmation of that one. But, so I'm hearing that could well be the fight that's happening. Quite what the hold-up is, not entirely sure, but in due course we'll find out. So if it does turn out that what I'm hearing is correct, that them two will be fighting each other, at least that's number 2 versus number 4. Again, 2 more people in the top 15 of this particular organisation fighting each other. Great. That's what we need. We need fights like a Hunter versus a Hughie Fury, a Bakole versus a Tony Yoka, Trevor Bryan versus Daniel Dubois. But also, of course, there are obviously the bigger fight, which will be Anthony Joshua versus Oleksandr Usyk, the rematch. Again, we're still waiting for official confirmation on that one. Now, Arslanbek Makhmudov, Russian fighter who was dropped out a month or so ago, but is now being reinstated. Why they do it? Because they're trying to make a point with Russia. Yeah, that worked, didn't it? Putin stopped the war, didn't he? WBA. Oh, ridiculous. Anyway, he's been moved up by 2 positions. So he's actually leapfrogged Deontay Wilder, who's in the number 7 position. Now, personally, I wouldn't mind seeing Wilder versus Makhmudov. To be honest, I'd be okay with that fight. Why not? But again, what's happening with Deontay Wilder? No idea whatsoever. In time, I'm sure we'll find out. Number 10, Joseph Parker. Well, he's going to be taking on Joe Joyce. Again, I believe we're still waiting for the official date and venue on that one. Again, some dates flying around. Not too sure if it's official yet. But Joe Joyce not ranked in this top 15. And I'm presuming that he's not because he's the WBO mandatory. Okay. Anyway, that's a very interesting fight. And number 11, Andy Ruiz Jr. He's taken on fellow PBC fighter, Luis Ortiz, who is, funny enough, not ranked in this top 15. Very unusual for the WBA to not rank a PBC fighter. Very unusual. But, hey, listen, I'm sure they'll probably do it before the fight, try and get a trinket belt on the line. Anyway, we'll have to wait and see with that one. Outside of that, not too much else going on with the rest of them. A couple of changes, a couple of fighters gone up in position, a couple of people gone down, but no great change outside of Dacarree Scott, now in the top 15. Ajit Kabiel dropped. Arslanbek Makhmudov up 2 positions, and a couple of fights we're still waiting to be officially confirmed. But as I said, it's either this weekend or next weekend we're going to be seeing Tony Yoka versus Martin Bakole. Hopefully we find out about Joshua and Usyk. Drop your thoughts below, click thumbs up, subscribe. Catch you on the next video.